In recent years, peculiar cloud formations have been appearing in the skies all over the world with increasing frequency.
I think most of us in North America have wondered at these plumes crisscrossing the sky in grid patterns, parallel rows, and the now familiar X's. And many of us have wondered what these trails are.
While highly speculative, some researchers suggest these strange cloud formations are another agent of weather warfare. They first appear to be simply contrails, coming from high-flying jet airplanes. But these trails linger in the sky for many hours, some for even an entire day, forming an artificial cloud. Some researchers refer to them as chemtrails.
Chemtrails are deliberately sprayed by high-flying U.S. Air Force tankers, dispersing chemicals into the atmosphere. We have an FAA representative, in fact, a high government official, a person we came to call Deep Sky, attesting to the truth and the reality behind chemtrails. He described this program of spraying chemical trails at high altitudes in so-called commanded airspace, where commercial flights are routed around and beneath tanker airplanes belonging to the U.S. Air Force.
The theory is that chemtrails are being used in conjunction with HAARP. By spraying metal oxides into the air above enemy skies, then directing ELF waves from HAARP to heat those metal oxides, the temperature of the sky is raised to more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit, preventing the accumulation of water vapor that would otherwise form clouds and produce rainfall. The ELF waves HAARP produces bounce off the ionosphere and are able to curve around the Earth over the horizon to the ground, making any point on the globe well within reach.
One of the dangers in spreading chemtrails is that it acts as a desiccant and further dries the air. In other words, these chemical particulates can dry up the atmosphere and induce drought.
Imagine the effects of chemtrails on the battlefield, causing extended droughts in enemy countries, drying up their resources, forcing surrender.
Karma. What goes around comes around, right? Right. How you treat people is how they'll treat you back. Disrespect them or knock them, they're gonna slap you back. Yeah. Sometimes it hurts, and that's bad karma. Watch out for it. How am I supposed to live? Well, for the negative. How am I supposed to love? Well, for the push and shove. How am I supposed to breathe? Well, for the bus to breathe. Well, I guess I'll have to make it. These fat rats think they fit like they the Iron Man. I got the iron tongue and the iron hand. I'll make the final stand. The final showdowns come round to hit ya as I throw down my gauntlet to switch the picture. If ya look in the mirror, you're bound to get a reflection. Like with every action, there is a reaction. With your dodgy actions, it causes negative drama. And if you know God's law, you best watch for karma. No, I'ma bomb ya, running in traps like taps. You think you're floating on the cream, you and your rat pack. Well, take that, throw it back. Now let's dwell how I should like you like jail cells, so we can exhale. I'm a bull, I use a matador. I'm seeing red, I'm a target like you floating in space like astronauts. I started off lost, but now I'm first. While your shame game got cut off like umbilicals at birth.
How am I supposed to live in a world full of fairy tales? How am I supposed to love in a world full of bullshit shots? How am I supposed to breathe in a world full of us to breathe? Well, I guess I'll have to be big and say and pray to God that I'll be okay.
I look around the city and it's all such a pity. Everybody trying to be pretty, don't give an nitty-gritty. I look around the block, nobody's playing hopscotch. Too busy on the internet surfing that ride. Just converse kind of rude like, so what you trying to prove? I say nothing, I'm just trying to build a feeling I live like you. I got plans to take this city up to Senate, as life's one big race and I want all the trees to win it. If you're not with it like quitters, then get out of my face. You got no place in my grace with your grimace. You're a disgrace to the sire. You need to rekindle your fire and look higher, higher. Look around, I got sounds to help you get down so you can get up. And avoid them sticking rats that get me fed up. Yeah, they make me wanna throw up. They gotta grow up, or they'll be failing a bit, and will I be sailing like Noah?
How am I supposed to live in a world full of fairy tales? How am I supposed to love in a world full of bullshit shots? How am I?
Tonight, a community in the San Bernardino Mountains has a real mystery on its hands. The official explanation here is that jet contrails are causing strange lines in the sky, and that it's pollen making people sick on the ground. But others are convinced it is something else, and they ask, is the government experimenting with our weather?
There was a huge dust cloud.
Longtime Cedar Glen resident Gretchen Sherman says she has never seen anything like it.
Yes.
How big was it?
Oh, it covered the entire Cedar Glen area.
A cloud of dust, leaving a sticky yellow slime all over her car. It happened again last February, and calls began pouring into the local Alpenhorn newspaper.
And they had a tremendous upsurge of children that were not going to school at that time.
Pharmacist Ed Burrows says it is the most mysterious illness he's seen in 22 years on the mountain.
A lot of eye infection problems, upper respiratory problems, nosebleeds.
The nearby March Air Force Base say it didn't come from them. Others said it was a pollen cloud. The Department of Health found a yellowish tint on a tissue submitted for testing. But, quote, there was no sign of any biological form, such as cedar pollen, and the test was ruled inconclusive.
You've got to, in a sense, engineer all these so you get the right kind of clouds for the effects we want.
It is called Geo-Engineering, fighting global warming by putting a chemical dust in the atmosphere and reflecting harmful radiation back into space.
You could use barium oxide, for example, which makes big fluffy clouds. You could use tiny little bits of aluminum, which is benign in the environment, and essentially manage the climate.
And what I found was unusual spiking since the early 1990s in barium, aluminum.
But Rosalind Peterson of California Skywatch says health department records show a sharp increase in both chemicals in the water supply of Northern California, dating from the time the huge contrails first appeared over her home in Mendocino County.
What's the significance of the barium and the aluminum?
I went and got all the tests, and all these things in the same test would be up way over state and federal standards. It had to be airborne, because how could it get to such diverse regions of our county? We have jets going in every direction. X's, east, west, north, south, circles. There is something going on in the air. I don't know exactly what, but I think there's some experimentation.
Is it legal?
I don't know, because we haven't had a public discussion.
But what is unknown today may be actual fact tomorrow, thanks to a bill soon to be voted on in the U.S. Senate, a Weather Modification Act, calling for research in, quote, attempting to change or control by artificial methods the natural development of atmospheric cloud forms.
Doesn't it seem to you that they're going to be doing it in the future for sure?
Yes. And if they are, I want to know about it.
In the meantime, a lot of people are wondering if they'll ever get clear skies and a clear answer.
The legislation is there, therefore somebody's thinking about this. How does this make sense?
I don't know, maybe they're practicing?
Over Cedar Glen, over Arrowhead.
I guess you have to try it out before you use it. I'm not sure.
Well, you be the judge. We'll keep you posted on anything further on this story, and there will be more, that's for sure. More information on the weather modification proposals, check on our website, nbc4.tv.